I'm just doing a little bit more on my fire surround. So I've done this beading, which is just planed up to just under 1/4 inch, rounded it over on the spindle moulder. That one will go on the top, and when this bit's cut out to the same shape as this, that one will go underneath. I'm going to steam bend these. It's not much of a bend to it, and it will go, but if I just glue it like that and the glue fails, it's just going to spring off with it going under fire. I don't know whether the glue will cope with that very well. This is crown cut oak. It's preferable to use crown rather than quartered, especially with oak. If you use quartered, it's more likely to crack. That's the heart side, that's the sap side, so you should always bend it that way towards the heart rather than that way. So I've marked those out for the heart side, so that one will be bent like that, that one will go underneath and bent like that. This is my steamer, which I've had to put a new pipe on because the one that was on it was too short, because I used it for these things. So it's surprising how much they do bend. These are rejects, I don't know why. I think there's an odd crack in it. But yeah, it doesn't always work. Well, this should, because it's only thin. So what I'll do is I'll use my glue pot, take that out, fill that with boiling water, pop that in there, stick it on a hot plate, just leave it to steam for an hour probably. It's only thin, it doesn't need a long time. And the top I'll just cover with that, just to keep the steam in, keep it hot. And then once it's done, I'll just whip it out and stick it in my clamps. I've not made a little press for it, it's not necessary for these. So all I've done is push the pipe through a hole in a piece of plywood, popped a few screws in to hold it in place, and a little bit of gauze just to stop things falling through. I'll just drop in. It's not too deep, so I need to get my fingers in to pull the thing out without scalding myself. So once it's been steamed, I'll leave these clamps set where they are. Just pop it in like that. It's more of a curve than it needs, but it will spring back a bit, so that's probably about right. It's been steaming now for about 3/4 of an hour. It might actually be enough. Nice and warm. Just let them cool now. I'll just let them cool in the clamps for about 10 minutes, and then I've clamped it up to this bit of moulding. Hopefully it'll hold its shape. So when it's glued on, I'm going to put some wooden dowels in, just 3 on each piece, to help hold it in place. I've had this in the clamps overnight in front of the fire, so it's all nice and dry now. So that's not too bad. So I'll glue that one on, just so it overhangs a little bit at the back, and then can trim that flush. And then I'll cut out the other bit on the back that it's going to fit onto. So this is a view from the back. I've put one screw at the bottom on either side to hold it. The rest of it will be held in with buttons, which will just stop it from cracking, because then this can actually shrink and expand, and so can that bit. The panels will be done in the same. Might actually put those straps back in, maybe put two in, so the panels can move. This bit across the top will be fixed for here, so this will actually slide behind that piece there. Doesn't matter if it's curved, it's just the offcut from the bottom, so that's fine. So taking a view from the front, this piece here will be dominoed into the side, so that will be fixed. The bottom of this is fixed because it's screwed on, so all this can move. That can shrink, and it'll slide behind there. Now in front of here, I'm going to put a mould in, and then a piece of carving, which is the same as that. Another little moulding above that, I think, and then the shelf.